Times have changed. For now, a specialist, an ace in his field, is often trounced by a jack of all trades.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the new Yamaha R3. One that can be whatever you ask it to be and will do the job well. But how well is the question? And that's exactly what we're gonna find out.
So Yamaha have called the R3 as a super bike that you can live with every day. Now this is definitely no super bike. And what if every day looks like this? So here we are in the heart of the old Pune city to see how the Yamaha fares. And my first impressions are rather positive because the clutch is light, the ergonomics are perfect, the race slip-ons and the lower set foot pegs mean there's very little pressure on my wrists and shoulders. And also the bike is very easy to maneuver in the tightest of gap. The seat height is just 780 mm, which makes it very easy to put both your feet down in this stop-go traffic. Even though I am sweating it out, I think the R3 is managing this heat much better. And the temperature gauge has still not gone above 3 bars. I mean, I can feel some heat near my calves now, but it's a lot less compared to the competition. And I'm not sure if you can hear the radiator fan kick in. You don't really hear it unless you're really focusing. So the diacetyl cylinders, they aren't just a marketing gimmick. They really work. And the icing on the cake is the kind of attention that the R3 will get you. And why not? It's a fantastic looking motorcycle.
The reverse slant headlight, cast aluminium wheels, the R6 inspired stubby exhaust. They all come together to deliver a stellar looking motorcycle. I mean, it has premium written all over it. The instrument cluster, it's clean, futuristic and tells you all the information at a glance. The fit and finish is top notch and it sounds bloody good as well.
The first thing that stands out here on the highway is the motor. This paddle twin engine is incredibly refined, the power delivery is smooth and the gearbox is fantastic. It doesn't matter if you're chugging along at 3000 RPM or flogging it at 12,000 RPM because the rubber mounting and the forged pistons will keep the vibrations to a minimum. Also, if you look at the sprocket setup, the 14.3 sprocket setup means the R3 is geared tall, but when you have as much as 20 Newton meters of torque kick in at just 4000 RPM. Couple that with really good wind protection from this windshield and really well padded seats, and it's surprising just how far you can go before the fatigue kicks in. And even if you encounter really bad roads, the softly spun suspension and the 160 mm ground clearance, which will mean that you'll have no problems at all. But the only thing the only problem I see with the R3 as far as touring is concerned is pillion comfort. I mean, city commutes are okay, but the pillion seat is just too small and too high up for comfort for the pillion over long distance.
And the R3 doesn't come with grab rails either.
But then, riding alone does have its perks, especially when you have beautiful corners like this right in front of you. 42 PS, 29 Nm of torque delivered to the rear wheel in such seamless fashion thanks to the offset cylinders. And you really appreciate the linear power delivery in technical sections like this because it allows you to get on the gas early in the corner. And 9 to 11,000 is where you want to keep it because that's where the R3 really holds ass. What a sweet, sweet motor. But I feel the rest of the bike though, in terms of handling, is a bit of a compromise because the brakes can definitely do with more bite and feel up front. The steel chassis doesn't give you the same kind of feedback like the Deltaworks frame. The revised geometry and the 50-50 weight distribution means the R3 doesn't have the front end feel which I love so much on the R15. Also, if you look at the front set foot pegs, the feeders start grazing really quickly, restricting your lean. And even if you take it off, it doesn't help too much because then you run out of tire on the edge, causing the bike to judder because of the flat profile of the MRFs. And they're also not very grippy because they were made to match the R3's versatility on the highway and in the city. Now don't get me wrong, because the R3 is still a lot of fun and will keep you more than entertained in these canyons. But if you're someone like me who's also looking at this as a track machine, then you'll notice that the R3, the front will have to be dropped. You'll need rear sets, you'll need sprockets to take care of the taller gearing, and definitely better tires to exploit the true potential of the R3. So to summarize, Yamaha has obviously made us wait long and hard for the R3. But I think they have redeemed themselves by delivering such a terrific product.
The R3 looks smashing, packs a phenomenal engine, sets a new benchmark for refinement, and can pretty much do it all, provided you don't take its R tag too seriously.
So does it justify the price tag? Well, I think it's about 30,000 over because it doesn't even get ABS. And that's a glaring absence if you ask me. I should have at least come as an option. But it's hard not to think with your heart than your mind after experiencing that engine. And you just have to take it for a spin to see how it can sway you from being rational and invent a million ways to justify that price tag. That's really how good that engine is. But that's about it from our end. That's a comprehensive review of the Yamaha R3. And as you expect, a shootout is on the way of the Yamaha R3, the KTM RC390 and the Ninja 300. And if you want to be the first one to catch it, hit that subscribe button. So this is take. Times have changed. For now, a specialist and ace in his field. Oh, sorry, मैं आ गया. Specialist or an ace in his field is often trounced by